Welcome to Off the Cuff, where I have things to complain about and no one's keeping score. Today I'm gonna whine and complain about Gundam Evolution. What I mean to say is the disappearance of Gundam Evolution. BANDAI-NAMCO decided they wanted to pull the plug, which honestly that really ticks me off. Gundam Evolution was something kinda special to me. I'm not like the biggest of Gundam fans. I am a Gundam fan. I've seen good old Gundam, I've seen Mobile Suit, and I've seen Zeta Gundam. So I'm kind of familiar with the series and like its themes and whatnot, but I was also a fan of games like Overwatch and Team Fortress 2. And after Overwatch switched to Overwatch 2, I decided I didn't like it as much. The game just didn't feel the same. But late last year, there was a saving grace. In 2022, late last year, Gundam Evolution got released. But coming at the end of November, they will be canceling the service. This is the future of games as a service. MMO players have been dealing with it for a long time, but eventually your favorite game will come to an end. You won't be able to play your Fortnite anymore, no more Roblox. They just won't exist anymore. Your days cutting logs in RuneScape are over. You will no longer be able to play Gundam Evolution. They straight up ask you to uninstall it. The director for the game basically said that they didn't get what they were wanting out of Gundam Evolution. I don't know if that means financially or they weren't seeing the player base that they expected. I personally think it was a financial decision. All the guys at that meeting must have been like, hey, Gundam Evolution isn't shoveling out money like Elden Ring. Let's put more resources on Elden Ring. Elden Ring DLC, let's do it. To my memory, I don't really remember any advertisement being pushed for the game. It was its free-to-play model that I think they were banking on. The Gundam series has always been driven by merchandise sales. Like, the only reason why Gundam exists today is because a big company allowed a guy to tell a story as long as it was able to sell toys. Along with the season pass that every other multiplayer shooter has, the game probably just wasn't all that profitable. I personally bought some skins. I used my real hard-earned money to get those because I thought they were cool and that they would last. I didn't think this game was just gonna be gone within a year. So yeah, rip my Doom Order Sasabi skin. I thought that shit was fire. Every time I got the MVP, I was like, damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Y'all just fucking lost. But as I said, I think it was entirely a financial business decision. There was nothing more to it. Yeah, there were a couple of gameplay elements that I think people may have not liked that may have contributed to this overall thing. The maps were kind of unbalanced at times. I believe that there was only like one suit that was actually overpowered, that being Barbatos. Maybe there were players that didn't like the repair mechanic, where when instead of actually destroying a suit, it was just knocked out, you could pick up your teammate. They could get back into the fight really fast, which I think is really cool amongst objective-based shooters. I don't know, I like it. I think it's plenty fair. I think something that a lot of players didn't like was that they couldn't just blow up the enemy team with their ult. There wasn't really an ult that could really just take out 6 characters with like one mouse click. The ults were balanced in a way to where they would be used to win 1v1 fights. Basically, anytime you had ult, as long as you used it, you won the fight. Then you could get right back in and help your team. Speaking of team, like nobody used voice chat. I would play this game after work religiously every single day and nobody used voice chat. There was only one time I met this Korean dude in a ranked game and we had communication and we won pretty hard. And then I never talked to another Gundam Evolution player ever again. The game did have text chat, but that was really flawed too. The censoring was really bad. You couldn't type anything without seeing stars. You couldn't write some of the names of the suits without seeing a line of asterisks. You couldn't write unicorn, you couldn't write Ashimar, you couldn't write the word competitive. But you know, if someone wanted to put the N-word in their username, they could. There were a lot of unsavory names in Gundam Evolution. They weren't kosher. I don't even think they enforced the names at all. I remember reading like a patch note on their website basically saying, please don't use bad words in your name. How Bandai managed this game probably just led to its downfall in the first place. I think if they wanted this game to succeed, they would have paid a bit more attention to what was going on. The development team didn't want to listen to player feedback, like, at all. All of the balance changes for the suits were purely analytical. Like, if they saw a 53% win rate on a character, they would just nerf them into the ground. Suits like Jim and Maharu just received a bunch of buffs the whole time. Bandai probably could have gained a lot of favor just by listening to their community, and they could have bothered to fix the connectivity issues. Players shouldn't be forced to play a game that's 5v6 in a game that's as fast as Gundam Evolution. Like, here's the thing that really messes me up. If you watch the show, people just jump in whenever someone else can't fight or their suit's done with. You couldn't drop in another player who was queued up for a game mid-match, or even allow that same person to log back into the game and try to reconnect. It's horseshit. Instead of pushing out $80 skin packs, yeah, $80 skin packs, you could have worked on your game a little bit to make people maybe stay around to buy them. But you couldn't even hold your game up for a year. I doubt anyone really bought those packs. But that's got to be one of the greediest things I've ever seen. People will spend $80 on like a nice gunpla, even more I'm sure, but you can't really keep those skins that you bought. Like I said earlier, this game had a shelf life. It's a game as a service. I just didn't know it was gonna last like a year and 2 months. I was guessing around 3 to 5 years at the very least. I don't know. I'm disappointed. The community is disappointed. I'm sure average Gundam fans are disappointed as well. Bandai really fumbled the bag on this. I hope that they don't experiment with their other games like this. I don't want to see any $80 Tekken microtransactions whenever Tekken 8 comes out. I'm sure that FromSoft wouldn't allow any of that kind of stuff to happen to their games. If you like Armored Core as a replacement, I'm sure you're fine. I'm just disappointed is all. Out of all the recent shooter games that have come out in the past couple years, Gundam Evolution has really been my favorite. I'm just sad to see it go, and just seeing Grandpa Gundam with no head, no arm in the last season trailer, it just really shows that this is it. This passion project is over for the dev team. It's an experiment gone wrong, and there's not really anything that can be done about it. Thanks for taking everybody's money, I guess. This is like my first video where it's like completely unscripted. I just kind of said what I felt. Let me know if you like this kind of thing by leaving a comment, leaving a like, all that YouTube jazz, subscribe to me, whatever. Let me know what you felt about Gundam Evolution. I feel really strongly about it. I will read your comment, I will respond to it. I'm just really sad that it's leaving. It leaves like November 29th. I don't even want to go play it. I'm that hurt by it. I would rather not enjoy it while it's here and just remember how it was. But yeah, like I said, let me know how you feel. I read all my comments. I got to 3,000 subscribers with that last video. Wow, pretty good feeling, I'll tell you. And I want to make more entertaining things. And like I've said before, thanks for watching.